guys, welcome back everyone. Today we're jumping right in and talking about the new launch. Well, not so new anymore since I'm always late to the game, but we are talking about the Anastasia Beverly Hills Rose Metals palette. Now I did purchase this closer to when it launched. However, I wanted to do some looks, really play with the colors and the textures in here, and then come on camera and kind of give you my final thoughts. I do have 4 looks with this palette plus another 2, I believe, on YouTube Shorts, which will either have been gone up by now or they eventually will, depending upon when I decide to put this video out. With that being said, let's jump right into it. I'm going to give you some info, some pricing, some swatches, and then the 4 looks with this palette. So let's go. All right, so let's talk about the packaging. It is a standard cardboard box. However, I love the texture and I love the color story. It's a very grungy gray silver tone. I was very excited to see this. It just kind of grabbed my attention. And the same thing goes with the actual palette itself. I love how they have mirrored this and given it that almost like an aluminum foil look to it, but a little bit deeper and darker, pewter, taupey. This is like literally up my alley when it comes to the color scheme, nice and grungy as well. Let me see if I can show you guys what the texture looks like. It's kind of like crumpled and leathery, and it just feels nice and smooth and very, very luxurious. Okay, so this is what it looks like on the inside. Obviously I've used it. Oh no guys, I actually ruined the shade completely, but yeah, it has my fingernails in there. Okay, anyways, let's just move on. I can't cry over this one shade. Ugh, so disappointed. So this is what the palette looks like on the inside. This is a close-up of the palette, and they have 12 shades, 12 beautiful fall shades. Has a mix of mattes and shimmers. I think it's only 4 matte shades in here. It's Sunrose, Ashes, Dune, which I just destroyed, and Noble. And the rest are all shimmers and metallics, and they're basically gorgeous. Now this does retail for $72 Canadian, but the Sephora sale is coming up, so you guys can get this at a discounted rate of 10 to 20%. Now this palette is cruelty-free, and it's supposed to be an all-in-one go-to palette for ultra glam looks, and I can see why. It's very grungy. It has some beautiful fall tones in here, and it has a variation of colors, which I love because we have fall coming up and then we have the holidays coming up. So I think this is a gorgeous palette for this season, and really just for anybody who loves deep grungy tones like I do. You guys will certainly appreciate this palette. Now this palette is the same size as their previously launched Nouveau palette that came out earlier this year. So now before I get into the swatches, I wanted to mention the one shade in here that has an eye safety warning. It is the one that I massacred just moments ago. It is this one, Dune. So if you have sensitive eyes, just be careful that this may tend to cause some irritation. I personally have not had any issues with any of the shades in here. I've taken these pictures in natural light so you guys can see what they look like with sunlight, without sunlight. The first shade is Rose Quartz. It's a metallic pink champagne. Then we have Royal, which is a sparkling burgundy. Next is Haze, which is a metallic silver gold. Rose Fire, which is a metallic fiery copper. Sunrose, which is a matte peachy brown. Nova, which is a metallic gold bronze. Heavenly, which is a metallic platinum gold. Element, which is a metallic rosy brown. Ashes, which is a grayish taupe. Dune, which is a rustic brown. Nocturne, which is a metallic gray stone. And finally, Noble, which is matte plum brown. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I've had some time to play around with these eyeshadows. I am very happy with the consistency. The mattes are beautiful. They're buttery. They're smooth. They blend out really, really well. And same with their metallics. I've never really had issues with ABH palettes. Every single time I've purchased them, I've been very satisfied with them. Now, with that being said, I've not purchased every single one of their palettes. Like, I skipped out on the Norvina palette and some of the ones they had in between, so I can't speak to those formulations. So far, so good. However, with that being said, before we jump into the looks, I just want to mention that the shade Ashes here took a little bit of time for me to build up on my crease. You will notice in a few of the looks that it doesn't show up on the first swipe. It actually takes a few layers for me to build the shade up, and that's only because of my skin tone. If you are a medium skin tone like I am or deeper, the shade will show up ashier on you. Actually, it is a little bit more cool tone for my liking, but I can still make it work on my skin tone. So keep that in mind. If you are deeper than I am, this may not show up on your eyelids at all, and it might even show up a little bit more ashier. We're going to get into the looks. The first look is going to be an all matte look. I used all the mattes actually on this palette because I wanted to see how they blended, how they performed, and I kind of transformed that to 2 looks. So it's kind of like a daytime and a nighttime look, or a daytime and a glam look, as you can say. With that being said, let's finally get into the looks, and I'll see you at the end. guys, that is it for the looks. I really hope you guys enjoyed that and was able to see how those shades performed on my eyelids and on my skin tone. As usual, leave me comments down below. Did you like it, not like it, what you guys want to see, what format you guys want to see, what other products you want me to review on here on my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and subscribe if you haven't. I know that 90% of you guys out there watch my videos, but you guys don't subscribe. What's up with that? Please hit that subscribe button so you guys are notified whenever I upload, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!